3 at 3. 3 at 3 is where I detail for you 3 trades, talk about exactly why those trades are working, and examine different ways, perhaps, of trading those than you might have thought of otherwise. So with that said, let me get started with our presentation today. You can learn more about almost everything I'm talking about at marketrebellion.com/UOA. That's marketrebellion.com, unusual option activity. If you're somebody brand new to options and you'd like to learn, you'd like to get a basic options education, we have it for under $100, folks. If you'd like advanced education, and you can do these online remotely, just go to marketrebellion.com/get started, and you can see all about it. All right, diving in now. Disclaimer says this is for information and educational purposes only. And by the way, Market Rebellion is sponsoring Martin's, so that's Team Martin's Camaro this weekend at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. So if you're watching on Monday, we will, on the Fox Sports 1 network, be all over the screen. And with any luck, we'll have a very strong finish by Team Martin's. That's with an S at the end, Team Martin's Motorsports, because our brand, Market Rebellion, on the car 44 this weekend, Monday, Memorial Day. Bang! All right, let's take a look at Nutanix, shall we, folks? Why? Because we talked about it when it was a $21 stock. This was 2 days ago. 21.83 was where the stock was. They traded an awful lot of calls. We were buying those calls. I told you about that. Bought them for, I believe, $1. As the stock has rallied, I have taken profits, and now I have sold the higher strike call against these. So in other words, I own them virtually for free now. Because where has the stock gone? Well, stock went from that 21.83 to 24.52, near the high of the day. As we go into the end of the day right now, it's right now 24.55, another 3 cents higher. And those calls, what were they? They were the 29th expiration 25 calls. Those calls have traded as high as $1.92 today. So keep in mind, folks, that one of the things that I tell you all the time that I do is I get in there and I buy. When somebody's making a bet on an out-of-the-money play like that, I will frequently buy more at the money. Why? Moves the odds into my favor more. So these guys were paying 90 cents up to $1.15 for those 25 calls that expire next week. Not this week, next week. So let me tell you one of the trades that I have on for this. I'm putting up pulling up my account right here. Okay, so those 25 calls are up to and trading at $1.85 right now. The 23 calls, because there aren't 22 calls for next week, just weren't. There were 21s, 21.50s, and 23s. The 23 calls have moved up to $2.85 over the past couple days. So what I asked the stock to do was I bought those calls, and those calls have now been from, let's see, today they're traded all the way up to $2.90. They closed yesterday at 2.5. When I bought them, these calls were about $1.60. So they're not quite a double, but against those, I sold these. Because that 1-to-1 spread, 23 to 25, means that I make money if the stock is 20, since I paid $1.50 for them, it'd have to be 24.5 or higher. That's where we are. So if the stock finishes up here north of 25, my short calls will get called away, my long calls get exercised, and I'll be into a trade where I made a little over 100%. Bang. Let's take a look at 8 EGHT. Talked about an awful lot of those calls yesterday, trading for 25 cents. That was with the stock at $13.90. Where'd the stock go today? To $16.10. Where is it right now? $15.81. So another one where we've got a nice healthy profit, because these calls, the June 1750s, let me give you an update on those. EGHT. Those calls, the June 1750 calls, are right now trading for, let me see. Yeah, there we go, June 1750s. Have moved up to $1.33. So another trade that's working, and we've got all the way out till June for this one to continue to work. Give it some time. Let's do the first of our 3 at 3 right now with EQT. EQT, they're buying the January 20 calls, and they were bought for $1.40. One print, 11,000, almost 12,000 of these. That's 1.2 million share equivalent. They paid $1.40, which is, if you move that decimal place to over, $140 per option. So they paid $140 per option for the right to buy it at $20 all the way out to January, which is, of course, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, 8 months into the future. So you got a lot of time for this one to work. So where's the stock right now? Right about where it was, $13.60. So watch that one, EQT. Strong activity, big, bold print of a whole bunch of calls tells me that we want to be watching that one. Shares are up 47 cents today, and EQT is a natural gas play out on the East Coast. Second of our 3 at 3, Melco Crown, MLCO. Stock $14.33 at Melco. They step up and they buy a lot of calls. How many calls? Well, 5,500. MLCO is one of the biggest casino operators in Macau, and Melco Resorts and Entertainment, as they are now known, is at $14.35. So really the same price that it was just prior to me coming on air. And the stock has been bleeding off over the last several days. As you see, 2 days ago, the stock peaked at about $17 a share. It has bled down to $14.26. Why has it bled down? Well, because of some of the issues with China and what might be going on between China and the United States, especially with Congress talking about delisting Chinese stocks if they don't comply with U.S. regulations, that all the other stocks that trade in the U.S. have to adhere to those regulations. Why not the Chinese? Well, that's a bipartisan bill that passed the Senate. We'll see exactly how that plays out. But that would be at least partially why this one has bled off like this. The other part, of course, is China itself talking about basically taking over Hong Kong under a little known Faber College caveat that they have buried in there. We'll see whether or not Hong Kong remains separate or not from China. All right, third of our 3 at 3. Take a look at SIG, which is a jeweler. This one, stock's $10.43. It was when they were buying these. You'll like this because it's a little cheaper than that right now. It's $10.25. So in other words, right now, these calls, which were trading between 70 cents and $1 for the June 12s, so that's $1.57 out of the money, because Stock is 1043. You're buying, if you trade this one, you're buying the right to take stock from somebody at 12, which is $1.57 higher. Or in this case, $1.75, because right now the stock is $10.25. So watch this one. Earnings are the 9th of June, which is, of course, covered by the expiration for these regular June options. So is it an earnings play for Signet? Very possibly. Watch it. Trade it if you feel like it. There's the graph. The stock's been sideways all week. All right. That said, folks, I thank you for joining me once again. I encourage you to watch Monday, the Team Martin's Car 44, the Camaro, at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, because that is our car. We don't own it. We just have our brand on the side of it. They did a fabulous job getting her ready for the race, and we're really looking forward to that. That's Charlotte Motor Speedway Monday for the race with Team Martins, and there it is. Beautiful. Market Rebellion looks great on that car. You want more information about any of the stuff we're doing, just go to marketrebellion.com/UOA. That's marketrebellion.com/UOA. Have a great, safe weekend, and I'll see you back here Tuesday because we won't be trading Monday. Thank you.